Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Campbell Gymnasium at Washington Lee High School here on Arlington Independent Media's coverage of high school basketball this season. We are in Central Arlington, and it's the Washington Lee Generals and the Wakefield Warriors. The Generals are 1-8 overall this year, and they have yet to win a game in conference. This is the first of 3 consecutive home games, so maybe home cooking is exactly what they need. This, by the way, is the first meeting of the year between these two squads. The Generals are led by Audrey Bartz and Kara Nelson. Bartz goes for 9 points a game. Nelson puts up 8 a night. Ashley James can be a huge threat from beyond the arc. She has hit 8 threes on the year, including 3 threes in the loss to Stewart a week ago. Washington Lee will try to end a 4-game losing streak. For the Wakefield Warriors, they try to end a 3-game losing streak tonight. They come into this game fresh off the heels of a 57-42 loss to Edison. The name of the game for the Warriors is defense. They are 4-8 overall, 1-1 in Conference 13 play. This is what I mean by defense. In their 4 wins, they've held opponents to an average of 36 points a game. In their 8 losses, they have given up 58 points a game. The Warriors have Falls Church at home. Then they go on a 4-game road trip in late January through early February. What you see on the floor right now, the starting lineup for the Washington Lee Generals. Ariel Hogan, of course, Marie Surface, Eleanor Doodle, now Ariel Hogan, number 25. Shayla Pearson, also one of the starters. And Anas Nagatu. Head coach for Washington Lee, Angie Kelly, now in her 8th season at Washington Lee. She has been here for a long time. And Marcia Richardson, by the way, the head coach for the Wakefield Warriors. Chris Jerry will join me up here in the broadcast booth momentarily, so I'm riding solo in the air chair right now. Our officials tonight, Mike Canavan, Dwight Jackson, and Craig Reed. They are going to work this game tonight, and here we go between the Washington Lee Generals, this game, the Washington Lee Generals and the Wakefield Warriors. Washington Lee is already set. They are on the court. Last-minute instructions for Wakefield, and now they join them, and we're going to set this one up. All right, that is Mike Canavan with the ball. We'll set things underway. That one's tipped out by Washington Lee, I believe. At least from my vantage point. It was, and Wakefield will take it. First game of our doubleheader here in Arlington County. Wakefield now with the ball. Washington Lee going man-to-man. Ball now over in the corner. Thomas, no good. Rebound up, and that one's no good. Battle underneath. Here comes Wakefield. Now they steal it back. That ball's knocked out. Stays with Wakefield. Five seconds.
5-second violation.
No score early on here. Now the Generals have it. Swinging the ball around. Good movement there. There's a shot. No good off the back of the rim. Ball loose again.
Wakefield foul number 14, Haley Finlay.
All right, Finlay with the foul.
Team's first.
Inside of 7 minutes here in the first quarter. Shot no good. Rebound Washington Lee. That ball's no good. There's a scramble for it at center court. Ball from the top. There's a spot. Number 5. That was an air ball. Out of bounds, and it goes to Wakefield.
Washington Lee substitution, number 13, Kiera Nelson.
Kiera Nelson now set to come in. All right, Doolittle now will pass it out. Hogan with the one-hander, no good, hard off the backboard. And here comes Wakefield now. Olivia Sacato-Bain with the ball. Finley inside, turn around by Hatcher, no good. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Wakefield. No score yet, 5:27 to go here in the first quarter. Comcast 69, Fios 38, Arlington Independent Media. Ashley James now set to come in. Ashley James, in their last game against Stewart, she hit 3 from beyond the arc 3 times for 11 points. She's gotten 8 threes on the season so far. There's a shot, that one's a bit short. Rebound, Washington Lee, and here they come. There's a shot, that one is a bit short by Hogan. Ball's out, and it goes to Wakefield. Finley now, cross court. Jessica Luge now with the right-handed dribble. Good defense on both sides of the ball. Neither team seems to be able to get it in the bucket, though. See what this one does, tie up underneath. Looks like there will be a foul.
Washington Lee foul called on number 25, Ariel
Hogan with that foul. That is her first and the team's first foul. Good movement once again. Sacato-Bain over to Jessica Luge. Nice pass inside to Hatcher. Bounces around, no. Thomas, no. Scramble underneath, out. Wakefield with a 30-second timeout. 4:28 to go here in the first quarter, no score. First game of our doubleheader. We've got a good one for you right after this one, folks. The boys will be taking on, the Washington Lee boys, of course, will take on the Wakefield boys. Wakefield, number 6 in the area, according to the Washington Post, coming off a huge tournament victory, the George Long tournament over the winter break, the winter holidays. They actually defeated National Christian Academy, who is one of the top schools in the country. So congratulations, Tony Bentley. He has got his guys rolling. This is one of the best teams I believe Bentley has had in a very long time. All right. Wakefield with the ball now. Finley passes it back out to Luge. Back to Finley. They're playing catch with it. There's a keeping it around the perimeter. Luge with the step shot. No. Rebound W&L, and here they come. By the way, that was Nagatu with the rebound there. James, no good. Rebound, Nagatu and Finley fighting for it. Jump ball possession, of course, it favors Washington Lee with 3:58 to go here in the first. Hogan, bounce pass inside to Nagatu. She's going to turn. No room there. This is a shot from downtown Nelson, but there's a whistle. 3-second violation. .345 to go here in the first. There's a long shot. No good. Rebound Wakefield, and here they come. The Warriors are running. Nelson, no, back end of the rim. Ball loose. Still loose. Nice steal. Here comes Wakefield again. There's a nice long shot. No, too long. And Washington Lee now coming back. Doolittle, she'll slow it up. Hogan. Doolittle now in the corner. She's got to get rid of it. Nelson now. A bit sloppy over there in the corner. Here comes Wakefield. Here's a long downtown shot. Haley Finley spotting up for three. First points of the game with 2:40 to go in the first period. Washington Lee will try to answer. Nagatu, no. Pass up court. Here's two. Lachey Thomas. She gets her first two. It's 5-0 now. Wakefield, and there's a timeout on the floor.
Washington Lee calls for a 30-second timeout. 2:18 remaining in the first.
So there was no scoring up until the 2-minute 40-second mark of the first period of the first quarter. And now Wakefield put up 5 in the last 20 seconds. A 3 from Finley and a 2 from Thomas. Both teams pretty young, both teams struggling this year. A win would be a confidence booster for either squad as they have a tough schedule ahead. Arlington Independent Media, Comcast 69, Fios 38, here from Washington Lee High School. I am Afshin Banab, riding solo in the air chair right now. Chris Jerry should be joining me any minute. He got caught in traffic. All right, Washington Lee with the ball, and that one rolls out of bounds. And Wakefield.
Washington Lee substitution number 34.
Get it. Kashayla Pearson now comes in for Washington Lee. That one no good. Tie up once again. And that one stays with Wakefield. That is the 4th tie-up we've had here, and we're only in the first quarter. Finley, nice inside dump there. Back out, Staccato Bain. Knocked away, stays with Wakefield. In the pin again. There's a nice long shot from downtown. That one rattles out. Ball loose again. And it stays down there. There is a foul.
Washington Lee foul called number 25, Ariel Hogan. That's her second.
That's Ariel Hogan's second foul now. Team second. Lachey Thomas shooting 2.
Checking back into the game, number 42, Anand
Nagatu set to check back in. All right, Thomas now the back end of 2 here. See if she can get one more point up on the board. She does. All right, Thomas with 3, Finley with 3 for Wakefield. Good pick by Nagatu there as Doolittle rolled around that one. There's a long shot. Kiara Nelson, pardon me, drains a 3. Turn around, no good. Nagatu with the rebound. Here comes Nelson.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
Marie Surface. She gets a nice pick again from Nagatu, but
Illegal screen called on Washington Lee's number 34.
or I'm sorry, 34. That was Pearson.
Her first, team's third.
Kashayla Pearson. That's her first foul. Good pass underneath, in.
Wakefield basket number 12, Tamara Jackson.
Tamara Jackson with her first 2. 8-3 now. 20 seconds to go here in the first. Wakefield on top by 5. The one-hander, no good. 3 seconds left. There's a spot. That one's way short. Up again, in. Count that one. Haley Finley with the last 2 points of the first quarter. Makes it 10-3. Nice lead for the Wakefield Warriors to open up. First, no scoring until 2 minutes, 40 seconds left when Wakefield put up 5 points in a 20-second span. And here we are now with a 10-3 Wakefield lead over the Washington Lee Generals. As we're about to open up the second quarter from Campbell Gymnasium. First part of our doubleheader is we've got the boys coming up next. Tony Bentley, Robert Dobson, the head coaches of Wakefield and Washington Lee. And that one should be a very good basketball game. All right. Opening moments here of the second quarter. Nelson now with the ball. Ashley James, she swings it over to Surface. All right, Doolittle now, the left-handed dribble. Goes the other way. Again switches. Got to get rid of it. Nelson, she'll throw this one up. She gets it off the glass. She's got 5. She's got 5. 10-5 now, Wakefield on top. That one's a bit hard off the back of the rim. A battle underneath. Nagatu comes away with it, and here comes Washington Lee, trying to cut into this little lead. Ashley James. Inside to Nagatu, one-on-one with Thomas. Nagatu off the glass and in. She's got her first 2. There's one from the left elbow, no good. Doolittle with the rebound. She'll come up on the left side. Here she comes running. Spot up from downtown. That one's a bit hard and high. Another jump ball, so that one goes to Wakefield. That is the 5th jump ball possession we've had now in the And we've got 6:43 to go here in the second. There's a shot from the right side, no good. Kara Nelson, she always looks to run it. She wants to get that ball in the bucket as soon as possible. Stop, shoot, no good. Air ball, rebound. That is surface, no good. Here comes Washington Lee. They get the rebound, and now they're running. Or Wakefield, pardon me. Luge with a nice pass inside to Thomas. Here we go. There's a shot from downtown. Hits it. That is Haley Finley. She's got 8. 13-7, Wakefield. 5:55 to go here in the second. That was a bit too hard. Washington Lee now, or Wakefield now. And that one goes out. Low scoring game, but I'll tell you, both teams are playing really good defense, and that's one reason that you're not seeing a lot of scoring. Shot right away, air ball, just short. Scramble underneath. Wakefield gets it again. There's a shot. Oh, off the top of the board and in. Finley. She's got 11. Nothing. Anything she puts up goes in. Hit the very top of the backboard. Just over the outstretched arms of Nagatu, and it goes back to Wakefield as they are up 16-7. 5:05 to go in the second, and W&L calls for a timeout. Come to you from Campbell Gymnasium at Washington Lee High School here in Central Arlington. Arlington Independent Media, Comcast 69, FiOS 38, high school basketball coverage. A doubleheader today between Wakefield and Washington Lee. The crowd's still filing in. Of course, I know a lot of them are here to see the boys' game, but the girls are putting on quite a show. Thus far, Nelson with 5 points, Nagatu with 2 points for Washington Lee. 11 for Finley, 3 for Thomas, 2 for Jackson, and that rounds out the Wakefield scoring. Been some poor shooting, but some good defense as well. Mike Canavan, Dwight Jackson, Craig Reed are the officials for this contest. That one rolls out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Generals. Ariel Hogan now. Finds Nagatu, throws it a bit high. You know, didn't have to really throw it that hard and high for your biggest player on the floor right now. She could have easily gotten that one. Wasn't being pressured too much. There's Washington Lee playing the inside-outside game. Or Wakefield, pardon me. That was Michaela Mutz, by the way. Here come the Generals now, trying to cut into this 9-point lead. Again, that one intended for Nagatu. And that one rolls away and out. Got to communicate a little better on the floor. Staccato Bain now. She goes baseline. She's fouled.
Washington Lee foul has been called on number 13, Kiara Nelson. Her first, team's fourth.
That foul is on Nelson, her fourth team foul. Bain makes the first. She gets the second one. She's got her first 2 of the night. 18-7. That is Wakefield's biggest lead of the night with 4:10 to go here in the first half. Doolittle. She gets slapped on the arm. She's fouled. She'll go to the line.
Wakefield foul call number 52.
That foul's on.
Her first. Team second. Checking back into the game for the Warriors, number 25, Lachey Thomas.
Lachey Thomas now checks back in. Hatcher will take a breather. Doolittle looking for her first points of the night, and there is a lane violation.
Lane violation on the Generals.
18-7, 4:03 to go here in the second. Michaela Mutz now, the left-handed dribble. She goes to the hole, looks nice bounce pass. Good interior passing. Give it to Finley. She's got 13. And it's a 13-point Wakefield lead.
Wakefield foul number 22. Michaela Mutz, her first in the contest, team's third.
All right, that foul is on Michaela Mutz. It's her first. Doolittle, bad pass inside. Now there's a scramble on the floor. There's another tie-up. So that possession remains with Washington Lee. That is the 7th jump ball possession we've had in the first half. Good pass. There's a turnaround right-hander, and it gets in there. Hogan. She gets her first 2. 20-9, 3:30 to go. Second. That ball knocked away. Washington Lee had that foul committed by Ariel Hogan. A couple substitutions for Wakefield. There's one for W&L as well. Hatcher and Thomas are back in now. There's a left-handed shot. That one's a bit too hard. Ashley James was fighting for that rebound underneath.
Wakefield foul number 25, Lachey Thomas.
And Lachey Thomas, she commits her first foul. Here comes Ashley James now. As I said before, last game she had three three-pointers in their loss against Stewart. She's got 8 on the year so far. Here's another 3 she'll take. She hits it. Ashley James with her first 3 points of the night. 20-12, an 8-point lead. Right back at you, no. Staccato Bain couldn't get that one to go a bit hard. Now. Nelson with Bain on her. Nelson's wide open for a 3. She puts it up a bit too hard. Rebound, Wakefield. (23-12). Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the second. Harris. Good. Or Nelson, pardon me. She knocks that one down for 2. She's got 7 tonight. Nelson on Bain right now. There's another 3-second violation. That's the third one of those we've had here in the first half.
And in for Wakefield, number
right, Jesse Logue comes back in. Good movement. There is a foul again. And this one will be on Tamara Jackson, it looks like. That is just her first foul. All right, Nelson with the right-handed dribble. Another foul as Surface was going to the hole.
Wakefield foul number 2, Jessie Logue. That's her first team's foul.
That's Logue's first team foul. Now Washington Lee, or I should say Wakefield now with their 6th team foul. 1:25 to go. Surface.
Foul number 12, Tamara Jackson.
And that's Jackson again with a foul. So that's her 2nd in the last minute. And team 7th foul. So at the line now is Marie Surface.
21. Wakefield substitution number 5, Olivia Bain.
All right, Staccato Bain comes back in. This is a 1-and-1 situation. Off the back of the rim. And that rebound was by Hatcher. Loge and Bain are the guards now for Wakefield. There's Hatcher with the ball. She'll turn, she'll pop, no. There's a rebound by Thomas, knocks it home. She's got 5. Shea Thomas, 25-14, inside of a minute. Nelson now with the right-handed dribble. Drive to the whole baseline, no, too short. She gets her own rebound, does Marie Surface. She's out of bounds though when she catches it. 49 seconds to go. There's body foul there. That'll be Ashley James's first foul, the 6th team foul. .35 seconds. That was a good move to the hole there. Staccato Bain. She was fouled as she went to it. Now she'll go to the line. And that's Doolittle's first foul. This is a 1-and-1 situation once again. Bain, she's got 3 points all from the free throw line. 33.6 seconds to go. She misses the back end there, and there's a call at the right in front of the basket.
Wakefield foul, called the number 23, Lyric Hatcher. Her first.
So Hatcher, Lyric Hatcher, by the way, with that call, with that foul.
Surface at the line, shooting 1-and-1.
Surface misses the front end of 1-and-1, 26-14. Wakefield on top with the ball, 28 seconds to go here in the first half. Jessica Loge now with the right-handed dribble. There's a shot from the corner. Just a bit long. Out of bounds, and it goes to Washington Lee. Finley, who was making everything tonight, couldn't get that one to go. 10 seconds now. Nelson stops, pops, short, might have been tipped. 3 seconds left, Wakefield's got to hurry. Loge, no good. There is the buzzer. There is a foul at the very end of that play, just before the buzzer. So it looks like Loge will go to the line, and she'll try to add on to this big 26-14 lead. So you put 0.1 seconds 1 second back on the clock.
The foul has been called on Washington Lee's number 21, Eleanor Doolittle. That's her second.
So that one is on Eleanor Doolittle, her second foul. Jessica Loge now will be at the line.
Jessica Loge at the line.
So the officials want to talk about this one. Mike Cavanaugh, Dwight Jackson, and Craig Reed. They might just say, wave it. Wave the foul. All right, now, Jessica Logue now shooting the 1-and-1. She gets her first one. That's her first point. She misses this one. It rolls out, and there's the first half. 27-14, Wakefield on top with their biggest lead, a 13-point lead here in at Washington Lee High School. So 27 points came in the last 10 minutes of the first half, actually, for the Generals. You're watching high school basketball on Arlington Independent Media, Comcast 69, Fios 38. Back for the second half of this girls' game when we return. All right, we are back 27-14. The visiting Wakefield Warriors on top of the Washington Lee Generals. The first game of our doubleheader. I'm Afshin Banab, and welcome, my good friend Chris Jerry. It's always good to have you here.
Thank you, Afshin. I was able to take the train and make it to the second half of the girls' game.
You did. You saw a little bit of the first half as well. And the Warriors now have the ball, but they look pretty dominant against Washington Lee so far.
Yeah, after a little bit of a slow start, we got a nice little roll.
All right, the Warriors have it now. There is a shot. That is nothing but net. And that is Lachey Thomas. She's got 7. As we open up the second half here, she's got the first 2 points of the second half. Here is Kira Nelson. She is a swift guard, that's for sure. Hogan now, the left-hander, no good. Here comes Wakefield on the run. High off the glass. Nagatu gets the rebound, and she's fouled.
There's an opportunity there for Wakefield that time with the 2-on-1 fast break, but layup was off target.
Her second, team's first.
You were mentioning to me at halftime, a lot of held balls in this first half.
Yeah, 5 or 6 possession arrow changes. We had, I think, 3 3-second violations in the first half. Hogan.
Ariel Hogan, nice layup.
Yep. There's a long shot from the corner, no good. Rebound Doolittle. This one stays with Washington Lee.
I don't know. I didn't think anybody from Wakefield had actually knocked that out, but
It didn't look like it from where we stood, I guess. Nelson, this one's blocked.
block.
Right at the point. Here's Jessica Logue now. Swings it over to Sakato Bain. Finley had it. Tried to throw it in. And Thomas now will go to the line. That foul's on Nagatu.
Nagato's got some nice size for the girls' high school game.
Thomas and Nagatu. Thomas at the line right now. Thomas, this one goes. A little softer touch there, I should say. 6:20 now here in the third quarter. All right, Doolittle will take it back out and try it again. Nelson, she'll put it up. A bit hard, top of the backboard, and it goes the other way. Wakefield up 30-16, their biggest lead thus far tonight, Chris. 2 minutes gone by, third quarter. Good pass inside to Thomas, a bit hard. Rebound Doolittle, being pressured in the back. Here comes Nelson now.
Nice.
That was a nice little run by Hogan, but too hard again.
Yeah, I thought she had that.
She had a
Nice
touch
layup,
there, yep.
but came up short.
Finley,
Wakefield basket number 14, Haley Finley.
she's got 15. Number 14 has 15. 32-16 now. That ball's loose.
A little bit of a late whistle that time, but right call. Had to call it. You couldn't let Wakefield go on a break if you didn't call that foul.
Number 32, Ashley James.
All right, Ariel Hogan takes a break. Ashley James comes in. She's a good three-point threat. Chris, if she gets it, she's got one tonight so far, though.
You know, actually, I was thinking
As I see
that
the timeout.
this may be the last ever game between Wakefield and Washington Lee as members of the National District.
Right.
Because some of the reorganization that goes on next year, they will not only are they already not in the same conference, next year is set that Washington Lee will actually be changing districts.
Yeah.
So this is the last national district game.
Yeah.
There's no longer any postseason district tournament. It goes to conferences. So this could the last game of meaning as
Yeah.
a national district school.
That's absolutely
and
true.
hopefully the schools will continue to play each other in basketball. We had earlier in the year heard about, in some cases, football that they may not play anymore.
Time will tell, but it would be nice if they could continue the tradition of playing your county rivals in all sports.
Right. Well, you know, there's certainly enough, especially in basketball. You play about 8 games out of your district anyway, or conference anyway, so there should be room to
Absolutely.
schedule for Yorktown, Washington Lee, and Wakefield to all schedule each other. Of course, Yorktown and Washington Lee are going to play each other twice a year anyway,
Yeah.
because they're both in the same conference and
right.
will be in the same district next year.
Well, let's just hope that Wakefield's not left out. And like you said, call your county supervisors, what you said over football season. Call anybody, talk to someone. Leave no stone unturned. All right, Washington Lee now heavily pressured by Wakefield. A big scramble near center court for the last 20 seconds or so. Ashley James, she finally takes a tumble.
5-second violation.
Washington Lee will keep possession. And here is Kiera Nelson, the Spitfire point guard for the Generals. Doolittle. She turns it around again. She goes left-handed, and she's pushed.
Wow.
Wakefield foul number 14, Haley Finlay.
And that is on Haley Finlay,
Second team score.
her second
Kind
team
of
fourth.
ticky-tack.
That was,
Into the game for the Generals.
didn't really need to call that one.
No.
All right, surface now. Hogan. Good pass to Ngatu. Thomas on her. There is Hogan again. Hangs on to the ball finally. Now there's a tie-up. Let's see what the officials call jump ball. Wakefield will get it. Ngatu and Thomas with that tie-up. It goes to Wakefield. Thomas wins out.
halfway through second quarter. Does the Generals have a run in them?
Do they? Yes. 4 minutes to go. As you said, now 32-16. Washington Lee is a big deficit they have to overcome. Wakefield's biggest lead of the night.
Did I just say, does Wakefield have a run in them?
I think you said Wakefield, didn't you?
Does Washington Lee have a
have
run in them? That's what I meant.
Because we can see plainly that they can all run.
Right.
They need to have a big run. And it needs to start soon, though, if they want to get back in this contest.
Well, 16 points is not insurmountable, but, you know, there has to be some better offensive play than we've seen thus far, and that's not going to help.
No.
Washington Lee foul number 34, Shayla Pearson.
All right, that one is on Shayla Pearson.
Team's third.
And it's her second foul. Third team foul. Ball loose, goes off a foot, and it stays with Wakefield. Didn't quite see who. It did hit somebody's foot as it went out of bounds, so.
W&L had a chance to grab it, but I think they thought it was off of Wakefield, so they let it go.
There's a nice turnaround, but it's a bit short. Thomas with the rebound, no. She's fighting for it again with Nagatu. Nagatu gets it, and here comes Doolittle. She goes to the left side. She throws it up, but it's under the rim, and here comes Jessica Logue. Logue now on the run. Finlay. Logue, she's wide open. She'll spot up for three. No. Rebound Thomas, no. Rebound Hatcher. She gets fouled by Nagatu.
Nagatu, I thought, just had her hands up, but
Washington Lee foul number 42,
call.
Naz Nagatu. Her second, team's fourth. Hatcher at the line, 2 shots.
All right, Hatcher now. Hatcher shooting 2. That one's off. Rebound Generals. The Generals are running, and it's Eleanor Doolittle. Hogan back to Doolittle now. Wakefield playing good, tough coverage right now. Good pickup by Hatcher, and the ball's loose, and here comes Wakefield. Good pass. There's a shot, good. Staccato Bain, she gets a nice 2 from the corner pocket.
nice court vision that time. And that's going to have.
And there's a
W&L
timeout.
Call a timeout.
35-16, W&L calls for that full timeout. Wakefield now extending that biggest lead with 2:10 to go here in the third quarter.
So, Afshin, this is my first action watching Arlington High School basketball this year on AIM. Have you done some games already?
We've done a couple, but just the boys' games. This is the first girls' game we have done. Both these teams, record-wise, aren't doing so well. Wakefield, I think, is 4-8 overall. Washington Lee, I believe, is 1-11 overall, so they're not doing too well this season.
Based on the 1 quarter of play that I've watched so far, I can see where those records would be about right.
What you see is what you get, right?
Well, at the end of the day, you know, and we're going to talk about it later because I have something I wanted to talk about you probably at the end of the third quarter. I like the fact that girls on both teams are showing a lot of effort, playing hard. And what I'm going to ask you at the end of this quarter is the incident that happened in California where the coach ran up a 161-2 score and was suspended. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Okay. All right, 2:05 to go here in the third. Doolittle. Oh, there's a good pick, but It wasn't set completely, I believe.
Offensive illegal screen call on number 34, Christina Pearson. That's her third personal. Team's fifth.
All right, that pet foul on Pearson, her third. Wakefield now with the ball, 35-16 is their lead. Good turnaround.
Nice
Lachey
shot.
Thomas. She's got 10. Again, extending that lead, 37-16, a minute and a half to go, third quarter. Oh, body foul right there. Lachey Thomas on Ashley James. She'll get called for that foul. James.
Wakefield foul number 25.
She looks okay.
Lachey Thomas, her second. Team's fifth. Checking into the game for the Warriors, number 4, Julia Harris.
All right, Julian Harris now checks in for Wakefield.
Wakefield foul number 5, Olivia Bain, her second. Team sixth.
One more and they'll be in the bonus. Washington Lee.
All right, Nelson now with the dribble. She's fast. They've got to keep up with her. That ball knocked away. Again, Nelson gets it back. There is a foul. Ball being batted several times there.
Washington Lee foul has been called on number 13, Kiera Nelson, her third.
That's Kiera Nelson's third foul.
Team sixth.
All right, 45 seconds left here in the third. Thomas dishes it back out. There's a shot from downtown, and it's good. Jessica Lowe.
Yeah, Wakefield starting
Lowe for three.
pull away now.
40-16, Chris.
It was 32-16. I thought
Had a
WNL
slight
had a
chance, right?
chance to make a run, but I think that is just about gone now.
That ball goes out. Low glass touched it. Washington Lee will get to at least set up for a final
Yeah,
shot.
they set up for a final shot.
Nelson's
That's going to be
foul.
the seventh foul, so it's going to be shooting free throws, 1-and-1.
Wakefield foul
So
number
Nelson
2,
will go to the
Jessica
line.
Lowe, her third. Team seventh. Number 13, Kiera Nelson at the line, shooting a 1-and-1.
Nelson gets the first one.
That breaks a long drought there.
Yep.
Haley Finley checking in the game.
She's got 8, by the way.
Nelson makes the 1-and-1, she'll shoot a bonus.
She gets both of them.
Nelson adds 2 for the Generals.
All right, 3 seconds left. You're going to have to hurry this one. There's a spot up. Almost. Hatcher. Almost got that one to go.
After 3 quarters of play, Wakefield 40.
So, by the way, Kiera Nelson has 9 now for the night. But after 3 quarters of play, it's 40-18, a 22-point lead for the Wakefield Warriors. Dominating.
Yeah. So speaking of dominating, Afshin, as you probably heard, we haven't actually had the chance to discuss this yet, but out in San Bernardino, California, there was a high school that won a game 161-2. Coach of that team that won, Michael Anderson, has been suspended for 2 games by the school and the school district for running up the score like that. What I'm asking you is, do you think that's appropriate, and what do you think about lopsided scores like that?
In general, I don't like lopsided scores, especially at that level. And I tell you what, Chris, I don't even like lopsided scores in the pro at the pro level. But that's different. They're adults; they can handle it. I don't think that should ever happen at a high school level, or even below that. Obviously, I think it's. I just think it's almost. I don't know. It's kind of disgusting when you do that to kids because. Yeah, you want to spank a team, spank them, beat them as hard as you can, play as hard as you can. But when you're up 162-2, was it?
161-2, and they were up at halftime like 101-2.
I find it deplorable, in a word.
Yeah.
If we're going to play what's the word, deplorable.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, going back to the line again. No, I feel pretty much the same way. You know, the problem that I have with this is the coach said, well, you know, I didn't really know what to do. I put my starters out again. All these coaches, I don't care what level, you know how good your team is compared to other teams. To me, what that coach should have done is you can start your starters and play them half of the first quarter and then let everybody on the end of the bench play. It even bothers me, even when it's not a real big blowout, but say a 20-point game that some coaches wait until like 10 seconds are left to put somebody in the game.
This was high school, wasn't it?
This is high school.
Yeah.
So to me, what should have happened is the coach for the winning team, Michael Anderson, he should have just, at the middle of the first quarter, pull all his starters and let all those folks that work so hard in practice to sit at the end of the bench, they should have been the ones playing.
Yeah.
For me, he got suspended 2 games. If I had been school superintendent,
I want to ask you, what would you do?
He wouldn't be coaching anymore this year. And that would have been a message to him and a message to all the
Everyone
other
else.
coaches
Yeah.
in that league.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I just think it's shameful that you would do that to any kids who are trying to.
Well, it's just laughable to say, you know, well, gee, it just kind of got out of control. You think you went in by 100-2 at halftime, and it just dawns on you it's out of control. And oh, by the way, I'll pull my starters in the middle of the third quarter. You know.
No, I know.
So.
We're on the same page here. I can't stand it. And you know, I've seen it at other levels, even at the elementary school level. I mean, obviously not with that kind of a score, but I've seen coaches come in, Chris, and they don't get paid too much. They work for little schools, right, CJ? But they could be up 28-10 with 2 minutes to go in a game at an elementary school level, and you still see the same 3 or 4 kids on that bench that sat there the whole game. I don't get it.
Well, the other thing is, it's not like we're ignoring the game, but it's kind of gotten out of control.
Yeah.
But
40-19, by the way.
Right. But you know, it happens in boys' games too. But I'm more offended, quite frankly, when it happens in girls' games.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons you have such lopsided scores is there's such a wide divide in the competition level of girls' games, and sometimes what you have is just to fill out a roster, you know, with Title IX and everything else, you're asking these young girls, you know, hey, come on, give it a shot, come out and play.
Right.
And they really haven't come up in basketball, but, you know, to support
Sometimes
the school,
they can barely
support
dribble.
the team,
Right.
they come out and play. But when you get a team that is so far superior like that, it's just ridiculous to run up the score.
Yeah. 41-19, 6:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Wakefield on top comfortably, and that ball thought it went off the top of the basket. I guess not.
Yeah, I thought it did too, but
nonetheless, there's a foul. That is on Wakefield, Lachey Thomas, her 3rd foul.
At the line, number 20, Marie Service.
So if you had that number right, you said 4 and 8. That would be this would be the 5th win for Wakefield this year.
Yes.
And if you said that number right or WL, if you say this, they've only won 1.
Yeah, the Generals are 1 and 8 overall.
And
Wakefield is 4 and 8 overall.
4 and 8.
So the Generals are 1 and 8. Wakefield will go to 5 and 8 after this.
I wonder why the difference in the number of games they played, even though they're in the same country, you know, because really the way the high school basketball schedule is stretched out, everybody, even with out of district games, you should still have played the same amount because you're allowed to play a total of 20 games unless you're in an 8-school tournament, in which case they'll allow you to have a 21st game.
I did get that from the Washington Post, so I'm hoping they're accurate. And I do know that schools were closed on January
Yeah,
12th or 13th, or
well,
whatever
yeah,
it
it
was.
was a Tuesday. I don't know when the makeup. I thought some
Yeah.
makeups was supposed to happen this week,
This week, okay.
but there were some makeup games.
Okay.
And then, of course, Fairfax County closed. Was it Wednesday?
Yes, they closed.
So it shouldn't have been game nights that night, but I do think that might have been a night for some rescheduled games.
20-point Wakefield lead, 6:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Afshin Banab, Chris Jerry, Arlington Independent Media. We come to you from Campbell Gymnasium here at Washington Lee High School. Not a good night for the home team, Chris.
Yeah, not a good night.
Here's a 2-on-1.
Tell you what is good, though, about tonight.
Thomas.
And I like the fact that Arlington and the two ADs, or the student activities directors, as they call them, have worked out. And that's to play these boy-girl doubleheaders.
Yeah.
I like that. Because I think, unfortunately, what happens in a lot of cases, when you have the girls play at one location, the boys play at another, the girls get seen by a handful of people, maybe 20 people in the stands because everybody's at the boys' game. When you do it this way, you can encourage the student bodies of both schools to be at the same location to support their school and their team.
You talk about the activities director. There's Noelle Deskins for the visiting Warriors. She's over there. She was just taking pictures.
Yeah, I saw Noelle. Noelle looks like she's coaching over there.
Yes, she does, doesn't she?
Coach too this year?
She's sitting behind the bench, kind of like Morgan Wooten used to do. Well, Deskins, a long time director of student activities at Wakefield.
Done a fabulous job at Wakefield, too. And how about that turnaround by their football team this year?
Oh, man. All three teams in Arlington did well. I was coach. Josh Shapiro was here, and we were talking before the game about how all three teams were really good this year.
I have no idea, but you'd have to go back a long, long time before all three Arlington Public High School teams made football playoffs. In fact, I'm not sure it's ever happened.
Probably not.
I'm just trying to think. This is where we need our man Frank Haddock.
Yes, where is Frank? He can tell us. Oh, yeah, that was in 1978. Ball hard off the glass.
You mentioned Noelle over there on the Wakefield bench. Marsha Richardson, she's been around as a Wakefield head coach for a long time. And I was sharing with you the story earlier. The assistant coach is this guy named Christopher Smith.
It's the same first name as you.
Same first name. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Tell you what else is amazing.
What is?
He and I are like brothers.
You are.
We are Bailey's Crossroad boys. Stewart class of 75. He and I go back to when we were like going to Glasgow Intermediate back in the day. But I had just
seen. Is that
seen.
place still around? Is that they're still here?
Who?
Glasgow?
Glasgow is still
Still
around.
going.
Glasgow,
okay.
Yeah. It's middle schools now. When we were in school back in the 70s, they were called intermediate in Fairfax County.
Right.
Now they're all called middle schools.
There is a full timeout now, 42-23, 5:48 to go. Have you had a chance to go over and talk to him for a minute or no?
No, I haven't. I'll wait until after the game. I think he was pretty confident about.
I think so.
This
I think he's a little happier right now.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's a good guy, and he likes coaching girls basketball. He's coached here at Wakefield. He's been over at Forestville High School in Prince George's County. I think he was also at not Surrattsville, but it was another school over there, Crossland. I think he coached over there.
Okay.
So he's been involved in girls basketball for a long time.
Well, we've got the boys game coming up, Chris, and that one should be good.
Should be. I mean,
Wakefield's one of the best teams in the area this year.
They're the highest-ranked Virginia public school in the area, number 6. And I tell you, they, especially in the 5A North, have a target on their backs as the defending 5A North champion.
That's right. They just won the George Long Holiday Tournament, and I believe they beat National Christian Academy, as one of the top schools in the area as well. I think National Christian was ranked 4 at that time. All right, ball at half court now. 5.5 to go here.
Nice pass.
Good pass inside.
Nice give and go.
It is. Haley Finlay.
Coaches will
Another
love
2.
that one because that's how you teach it.
That's right. That was like a passing clinic right there. 44-23. Ball up, no good. Doolittle fighting for it. She gets it back at the baseline, but I think her foot was on the line. It'll go to Wakefield. Either her foot was on the line or the ball bounced on the line after she touched it. There's good passing again. Jessica Logue with it now. She bounces it back out. Staccato Bain, the left-handed dribble. She's got Nelson on her. Hatcher now.
Oh,
good
nice
inside pass to Thomas. Gets it. Coaches like that one too.
They look a lot better in the last few minutes than in the early part of the game. They're setting up high.
Nelson, she'll spot up from downtown. She hits it. She served that one up there, did Nelson. 46-26. To the hole. Good. Staccato Bain. She's got another 2. And that one was Hogan. Looked like she ran into somebody's arm there, and of course there's the foul. Lyric Hatcher, her third team foul. So Hogan will go to the line shooting 2.
Checking into the game for the Generals, number 14, Lydia Cawley.
Lydia Cawley now checks in. Long time ago, Chris, I remember when you had the backups coming in after the game was a blowout, or even if it wasn't, if it was just a backup that came in late in the game. You used to say, Lydia Cawley checks in. She'll try to get her name in the Washington Post.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
You remember those days?
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah.
You know, that was the thing. You could pick up the Washington Post. I know I did, you know, as a kid and even as an adult. You could pick up the Washington Post on Saturday morning, and they had all the scores and box scores.
Yep.
Then the Post started getting a little lazy.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put your name in just because you got in the game.
Right.
You had to score.
You had to score.
So you'd see really crazy box scores like only 3 names. And you're like, did they only play 3 people? That's all those 3 people in the scoring book.
That's very true. Nelson, she pops a 3. That's true. I remember those days. I'm still one of those nerds who gets the Washington Post at my door.
Yeah. The Post does a real good job with their, you know, all Met sports section.
Yeah, they do. And what I like about the Post, Chris, it's really the only publication in the area, you correct me if I'm wrong, that has a high school football and basketball rankings. And they have actually other rankings, lacrosse, hockey as well, but they're the only ones. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so, but I think, you know, actually the other problem is that we really don't, you know, have the local newspapers at all anymore. You know, it was a time when you had the journal newspapers, and then they kind of merged into the Examiner, and the Examiner kind of went bye-bye. There's a site called Northern VA Sports this is a website. They do a real good job, you know, giving you different coverage of all the teams, a little bit of write-ups on all the teams. And, you know, just like everything else that happens these days, really what you got to do is to find the information, you have to basically go online. It's not something you can just get a newspaper. And now the newspapers cost like $1, $1.50. Who wants to do that anyway?
Right. Exactly.
You know? So
I know. All right, 20-point lead now for Wakefield. It's been 20 pretty much throughout the second half. It's maintained that
Washington Lee's still playing hard,
they
though.
Are.
And so is Wakefield. You see the intensity on defense.
I'll tell you, I love this girl with the ball now. Kara Nelson, she just puts up a bomb Three-pointer, no good.
Full team substitution.
Wholesale substitutions now for Wakefield,
For the
Chris.
Generals, number 32, Ashley
And
James.
here comes all the folks who work so hard in practice.
Yep.
You know, they're coming in to fill in time now. So looks like that's how we're going to finish our last few minutes. 2 minutes
That's
of
right.
intense, teams, players that don't play a whole lot in the game.
That's a good block. Yep, that one is Michaela Mutz. She got her hand on it, but she was called for the foul. I like the block, though. And, of course, Milagro Posey's in, as well as Tamara Jackson. And Julia Harris back in. And Brittany Williams. So that's your 5 now for Wakefield. There's a long-range 3. It hits the net. And
Yeah,
short.
hit nothing but net.
Nothing but net. Nothing but net.
Problem is it didn't go through the
Didn't
hoop.
go through the rim. All right, inside of 2 minutes here. Mutz with the ball. Hogan now, she misses that one as she falls.
I thought the ref could have called a foul there, but maybe they're trying to swallow their whistle.
Yeah.
Harris with a 2-point shot.
All right, Julia Harris on the pass from Mutz.
That's the newspaper shot.
There you go. She gets her name in the Washington Post. Nelson,
Wow.
she gets fouled from the corner.
Wakefield foul number 4, Julia Harris, her third. Team over the limit. Number 13, Kira Nelson the line. 2 shots.
Nelson bangs home the first one. Second one short now. Mutz with it. She's on the run.
Oop.
Nelson steal. They call it a double
Double
dribble. A minute 10 to go here. Nelson from the corner, short.
1 minute remaining.
Inside of a minute. That was Posey with that
Oop,
rebound.
walk. Yeah.
And there's no travel. 49.5 seconds left. Boys will be coming up next, folks. That one's short. She's going to try it again. Even shorter. 31.4. No good. James missing yet another one.
Excuse me.
Washington Lee foul number 32, Ashley James, her second, team's 10.
So she missed that one. She fouled there. So her second foul. 10th team foul, so they're obviously in the bonus.
Yep, the double bonus.
Double. The DB.
Oops.
Just a bit outside.
It looked good
It
when
did.
it left her hand, but just a little bit hard. But she stepped. She's kind of like back.
This one's going. Nothing but net. Watch.
I feel it. I feel it. Well,
All right.
hit the rim.
Yeah. 19 seconds left. That one was a bit hard. Too far by Doolittle. 10 seconds left. Mutz, the turnaround from the corner. Rebound. Posey, no good. Battle underneath. 2 seconds left. There is a tie-up.
Jump ball possession, Washington Lee.
Jump ball now. W&L.
Well, I guess this is one of those throw it down and
Let's
just
see. Will
dribble
she
it out.
still shoot it? No, just let it go. 52-31. Wakefield picks up the victory tonight.
So both teams played hard. For Wakefield, nice win to get back into National District play. WL, you know, just keep playing to have fun, girls. That's pretty much
That's
what
all you got to do. Now,
right
both teams, though, by the way, they go on. I think Wakefield has one home game before they go on a 4-game road trip.
Okay.
I think Washington Lee now starts a 4-game road trip. So it's kind of nice to win here in this game. Build your confidence a little going on the road for the next month or so.
Right.
Or for the next, through late January and into early February. So that is your final score. Wakefield dominated this game against Washington Lee. We've got the boys coming up, so stay with us. We'll be back. You're watching high school basketball on Arlington Independent Media, Comcast 69, Fios 38.
Uh-oh.